Hi, everyone, and welcome back to our Star Trek Adventures campaign, Shackleton Expanse. I am here with three gorgeous, one human being, one Ryjan, and one Klingon human. We're back with the third episode of our stream. This is going to be a really cool one. This is Signals, and this is a game, a session that I've run quite a few times actually. It appeared very early on as our quite a quick start and in the living campaign. So I'm excited to put you guys through it and see how you get on with it. Don't give me that look, Susie. It's going to be fine. Honest. So yeah, let's have a chat. Let's see how people are. Anita, how have you been? How's it been your week?
It's been pretty well. We just finished episode 3 of The Lost Frontier. There was a bomb on the ship, and they destroyed another ship just off of that was cloaked. There's now a Section 31 agent also in the Jeffries tubes. It's wild. It's wacky. You should check it out. But other than that, my week's been pretty good, other than being absolutely decimated in Magic the Gathering by my partner. But I'm excited to get playing Star Trek again.
Yeah, awesome. All right. And then next up is Tom.
Hi.
Tom. How you been?
Hello. I'm okay. I'm all right. Not too bad. I'm a little tired. I had to wake up really super duper early today, 5:30. So that sucks.
Ooh.
But I had a good weekend. I went up to my mates and we played a bit of D&D together. We're playing like a Ravenloft, but like a converted version to whatever. And bad things have happened. We're completely tapped out and we've been awake for about 3 hours. So we're all gasping for a long rest, but we can't because we've just been awake for 3 hours. So things are going well there. But that was fun. That was fun. And I'm just excited to go on an away mission with Harvey. What could go wrong?
Yeah, proper little away mission this time around. Leading that away mission, Susanna Grace, how are you?
I'm good. I hope the temperature does not change in this room because otherwise B'Rel is going to melt. But otherwise we're good. I had to do some terrible things for this makeup. I had to like gel my eyebrows upwards so they're like big and bushy.
Yeah.
Didn't like that. But yeah, I'm good. I'm really excited this week because it's Eurovision this weekend. So I'm activated. I'm about to fill Twitter today after this game with all my favorite Eurovision songs. So you're
stunning.
welcome.
Well, I am missing the first semi-final because I'm playing with all you lovely people. So as soon as we're up, I'm gonna run to the TV, get it back on iPlayer, and watch the rest of it. Because Thursday I'm going to Liverpool, and I'm going to watch the second semi-final. And then I'll be with a friend in Manchester for the final on Saturday. So got my week off. I'm nice and chill. I'm half packed. I am ready for Liverpool. This is going to be super cool week for me. And the little kind of kickstart to that week is this awesome session as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this week as well a lot. And this session, kind of because it's one that I know I feel a bit more comfortable with it. And it's also one that I've been able to like tweak and stuff to kind of make sure that it fits with our campaign perfectly as well. But we've got some other stuff for you as well, folks, in chat. We just, with Star Trek Online today, just announced a little competition in celebration of them launching their Unraveled, like kind of a chapter of content. We're giving 5 lucky winners a Federation Command Carrier Bundle for Star Trek Online, and we're giving away another Star Trek Adventures module for Roll20, as well as the competition we have in chat as well tonight. So there's 5 ways to enter. If you head over to the Gleam link that hopefully April will be posting in chat right about now. If you go and follow Trek Online Game on Twitter, then that's 1 entry. You can get another entry if you sign up for the Star Trek Adventures newsletter on the Modiphius website. If you follow Cryptic Studios on Twitch, if you follow us on Twitch as well, there are 2 more entries for you. And if you visit Star Trek Online on Facebook, you get a 5th entry, so you all more chance to win. If you head over to the Gleam link and then you figure it out from there, it will send you to all the relevant places. And if you sign up to the things and follow the peoples and do the stuff, then you'll get all of those entries and you'll be in chance with winning a content pack for Star Trek Online and the module for Roll20 for Star Trek Adventures. We're also giving away a couple of copies of the Star Trek Adventures module for Roll20. If you type in chat !Roll20, so that's just !ROLL20, then you will be in a chance with winning this module just by being here on the stream today. We'll be announcing a winner halfway through and then at the end as well. So stick around to the end to make sure to find out if you are a winner. And then, without further ado, then let's get into the game. So this is episode 3. This is called Signals. And Susie, you've got the log this time, so kick us off.
All right. Second officer's log, stardate 48668.3. One of the station's runabouts, the Vistula, has gone missing in the Carina Nebula, deep within the Shackleton Expanse. The Vistula was investigating an unusual alien signal originating from the nebula when all contact was lost. We've been ordered to enter the nebula, find the runabout and her crew, as well as determine the origin and cause of the alien signal. I've been advised of the strength of the nebula's interference with ship systems, so we should exercise caution so as not to befall the same fate as the Vistula.
Right, so your orders for this mission are to rescue the crew of the Vistula, recover the Vistula runabout if you can, and then also, if you can, discover the origin and the cause of the alien signal. I want to know which runabout you want to take, because the Narendra Station has 4 named runabouts. And they're all based off of rivers from Earth. So we have the Lena, we have the Mississippi, we have the missing Vistula, and we have the Zambezi. Which one do you fancy?
I like Zambezi because it's fun to say.
Yes, Zambezi.
Cool. Okay. And which custom module did you want to slam on the top of this runabout? We've got a list there. If you look in the bio and info of the runabout page, then you've got them at the bottom there. You've got passenger transport, you've got cargo transport, you've got a long duration mission, and then you've also got combat. But you need to give me 2 threat in order to take the combat one. And I want to let you guys know as well, the top of this session, that hoping that Tim drops in halfway through, I am going to have 3 threat for each of you this session. So the stakes are a little bit higher. So that is a 12 on the threat front.
Thanks,
starting off.
That's so good. I love that for us. And again, what do you feel? I'm leaning towards, like, I don't know, maybe passenger, because we might have to bring folks back without the Vistula. So we don't all want to be like.
That's actually a really good shout.
I'm not having. Yeah, I'm not having like an ensign on my lap or anything when I'm trying to pilot a runabout. It's not regulation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Brilliant. Okay. Keep the runabout sheet handy. You'll need it for this session, obviously, as you're on an away mission. And so the Zambezi drops out of warp in the Carina 12 system. You see out the front viewport a kind of a storm in space, this like red vista of clouds, dust, stellar debris, all that kind of stuff, and the occasional, interstellar lightning storm, all these little kind of like dots and flashes glistening through the viewport. Obviously, we have Lieutenant Harvey, we have Chief B'Rel, but Anita, who are you playing as your supporting character this week?
So there is a blue uniform with a white lab coat over top. A Rysian female has the symbol on the forehead, hair in a tight, high ponytail, and her name is Dr. Linares Cella.
Brilliant. Dr. Cella. So welcome aboard. Okay. First things first, I'm going to give you a little bit of a description of kind of the basic telemetry that you'll get from the various stations. I take it, given that she's a medical officer, that the chief and the lieutenant are up front on the kind of pilot-co-pilot situation in the runabout. Cool. Okay, so yeah, so there's Definitely interference being picked up from the nebula. It's a class 2 nebula, so it's going to result in those like kind of like sensor tests, stuff like that being too more like difficult than normal. Might also interfere maybe with power in the engines, depending on what like complications you might roll. But this is almost kind of typical Shackleton Expanse stuff. You have had to calibrate and recalibrate navigation systems due to the gravitational waves that fluctuate through the entire expanse. And, Harvey, this has been, tickling the back of your head a little bit from the previous experiences you've had on the ships in your past, but you've managed to make it here to Carina 12, and you warp to, as a standard, just the outside of the system itself. And there are several planets, but you do detect an M-class planet, like a few planets in. What would you like to do first of all?
Okay.
So, you're at these consoles and stuff. You've got the opportunity to do all the kind of cool Star Trek things. Sensor sweeps, you can like try and make contact if there's people on the planet. You could like do all that kind of, really Star Trek stuff. Star Trek it up is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think we initially do a sweep for any life forms on the planet. Any
awesome.
Sort of, anyone we could get in touch with at first. So start a little bit books.
Down in your journal, probably roll like scrolling down, and if you open up the rules reference like folder, there's also a subfolder in there called Starship System Tasks, and that will give you a little heads up of like what to roll and what you can do at specific stations. These two stations, they just amalgamate everything into one. I'm not going to worry too much about like who is on exactly which station and who exactly can do what task. But who wants to do the sensor sweep?
I'm just checking. I'm like, I can't remember B'Rel if she's much of a computer's gal. Let me have a quick look.
It's going to be reason and science, and it's going to be assisted by the sensors and sciences of the runabout.
Fun fact about B'Rel, she's not a very reasonable woman. Harvey, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, sure, Chief. I'll do that.
Cool. So Tom, I need you to roll a regular reason plus sciences task. And then Susie, if you want to roll for the ship's assistance, so the ship's going to, the runabout's going to roll 1d20, and it's going to be its sensors and sciences. This would be difficulty 0, just to kind of give you that momentum to then ask questions that you want to ask, but this is going to be difficulty 2 because of the interference from the nebula.
2. Okay, so...
there is no sensor on the sheet for the runabout.
Value set to, or the department is set to 0.
Oh, there should be 7s and 8s, like all the way across.
I've got this. I got the runabout 7.
There. I typed it all back in again. Did that update?
Hang on, let me.
Yeah. Sensors is at a 7 and science is a 0.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Cool.
So if I'm using the ship, just for myself now.
Yeah.
You said it's a reason and science. Do I do this roll through my own, or do I do it through the runabout? I do it through.
Yeah, so whenever you use like a runabout or even the station to help you do something, it's like the ship assists you.
Right. Okay.
So you're doing the task, and then the ship will always roll that one extra d20 with its own systems and department combination.
Gotcha.
It's always considered to have a focus as well. So anything that rolls under its department will be 2 successes. But it's got a 0 in science because you're only in a little runabout. This isn't a full starship or anything.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm doing reason and science. I don't think any of my focuses kind of fit into this at the moment. Searching for lifetimes, so I won't have any focus. You said complication range 2. Is that what you mean? Difficulty 2?
No, just difficulty 2. So you're looking for 2 successes. The complication range is the complication range is a 20 on this one because it's just a scan. It's not going to kind of mess things up later if you get it wrong.
And I'm rolling 2 d20s.
Yeah. Do you want to roll any extra d20s?
Okay, would Linaris be able to help? Just as a xenobiologist who would know what life signs look like.
Yeah, absolutely. If that's what you're specifically looking for.
Good, because otherwise this mission's over right now. We're like, nah,
there's no one on the planet. Let's go back. Come on.
Yeah, I can help with just 1 die.
Yeah, absolutely. So you could roll reason and science as well if you like, or you could roll insight and science maybe as well. I'd take that.
I think I'll do insight and science. That's a little bit better for Dr. Challa.
Nice.
Okay, so you know what? Nice.
1 from me, so
I'm going to just roll vanilla. What
Okay.
I got.
You can roll 2d20.
Yep, here we go. So,
3 successes. All right. So
right.
you succeed and you get 1 point of momentum. Okay, so you are looking specifically for life signs on the M-class planet. Okay, so you have to punch through some of that interference. And it seems as though like the planet itself doesn't like that's not emanating the interference. It's obviously from the nebula, but you're having to just kind of get through that like a fog almost before you can see the kind of clear picture of the actual planet itself. There are life signs, yes. The life signs seem to be concentrated somewhere on the southern hemisphere, on the kind of to your starboard side at the moment. If you were to be looking at the planet. And so, yeah, it's looks like a fairly it's not like a city or anything like that. It looks like probably a fairly small outpost or something to that degree, right? So there's a few life signs there. And interestingly, as you're looking through, as you're looking for those life signs, you also detect in a different location on the planet 2 Starfleet comm badges. And you detect that because you probably didn't detect them you only detected them this late because of the interference. But because you're looking for things, I can imagine that something like a comm badge would just like almost like a kind of laser focused thing be like, that's the thing you find whenever you're looking for Federation stuff, right? In a Starfleet vessel, you're like, wow, there's a comm badge. Yeah. Like they always seem to be a focus on something, right? So you also detect 2 Starfleet comm badges in a different location.
Did we have the runabout roster, like who was on the runabout that went missing, like how many people were on it at the time?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was a crew of 5, and their names were made up right now.
Okay,
by me. Or will be.
Well, all of them right now, Sam.
No.
I'd like that passenger like manifest, Jeff, please.
Jim.
It'll be a very boring stream where we're just rolling like background information for these 5 poor schmucks who are down on the planet somewhere.
So I would like to delve deeper into each of these individuals, their criminal records.
Great, yeah.
School,
full intelligence report.
It's a wonderful thing to do because it will give us an insight how they're going to react in a crisis.
Exactly. So it's Ensign Disp Ozable.
Yeah.
Reed Shart.
Shart.
I'm
picked the wrong vowel for that. It's okay.
I'm taking Ensign Disp. Ensign Disp is an alien of some kind. Really? I like Ensign Disp.
Feels Ferengi.
Yeah.
No, Ferengi's in Starfleet.
No,
it's just.
No, you're right.
It's just it will be Nog, but not right now. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then what was your Lieutenant Reed? That's fine. That's an Enterprise throwback. Let's use that.
Yeah.
It's been a long road getting from there to here.
I hate you so much. I'm done. I'm out. Goodbye, everyone.
I swear to God, I'm gonna ram this runabout into the planet. I swear.
So if you look at the total ramming speed, no, okay.
Goes back to the station.
We're done here.
We're done.
Okay, so these comm badges, are they away from where these life signs are, or are they together?
Only a few kilometers away.
Oh, okay. Can we also detect the runabout that we're looking for, like Starfleet technology? Like,
if you would like to detect the runabout, then you can spend 1 momentum, and you can ask me where is the runabout.
Do it.
Yeah, why not? Sure, that's what we're looking for, right? I'll spend the momentum if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll spend the momentum. Where's the runabout?
The runabout. The runabout is located near the big cluster of people.
Okay.
Not near the comm badges.
Interesting. Okay. I relay that information to the chief.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you do. I'm assuming like my words are
Yes.
Yeah.
The signposting that's done in the show.
It's just Harvey techno babbling in the
Yeah.
corner. All right. Curious that the badges are separate from the life signs.
Yeah, it is. Well, interesting.
I mean, they could just be exploring. You know, they told the people to stay next to the runabout while they go and explore to see if there's anything they can find.
Quick
but
time
where's the
out.
rest of the
My
comm
understanding
badges?
out of character was that the comm badges are not attached to any people. The comm
Well,
badges.
you don't know.
Oh,
Do you?
well, I have not explained that to you as a fact or not.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And you run out of momentum in order to ask me, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, if there was 5 people, there's only 2 comm badge signals. That's still a difference of 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
My basic math is right.
Mm-hmm.
I think our first point of priority should be to beam down to the badges. We know for a fact that those are our people. Well, we can assume they're our people.
Through my experience, the whole thing, do I know if beaming down, transporter technology can be interfered with this thing and it can be risky?
So yeah, up front, I'll let you know that beaming down to the planet from here is going to be difficult because of the interference from a nebula. If you're going from the transporter pad that's in the runabout to a site transport down onto the planet, it's usually going to be something like difficulty 2, and this nebula will increase it to 4.
What if we do?
You can fly the runabout down if you want for it to be a bit safer.
It's safer. Okay. Could we do pad to pad? Because the runabout down there will have its own transporter pad.
You tap away a little bit. You see if you can. You actually do some investigation to see if you can figure that out yet. It's going to be impossible right now. The runabout. The way that you detected the runabout was the fact that you detected its like materials and profile, not its like transponder or its systems were activated.
Got ya. Okay.
Right.
I'd rather not have my molecules scattered across this nebula, if you don't mind.
No, I'm in complete agreement. I would rather stay in one piece, or as much as one piece as I currently am in. Harvey.
Yes.
Take us down.
Okay. And I will slowly and carefully take us down.
Okay. So if you can roll for me, please, this is gonna where is the sheet? This is going to be it's a different sheet. This is going to be control and con.
Okay.
And Susie, if you want to assist, because you can also do you can help kind of navigate a little bit, like plot a course. Plotting a course is under helmet navigation. So this is a reason plus con task.
Okay.
So if you want to roll reason and con to assist with this to plot a course, Tom, you're rolling your full task as usual. Yep. And again, Anissa, if you can help from the ship, you can do the ship's assistance. This is going to be engines and con as well.
Okay.
This is just difficulty 1.
Okay. All right. I'm going to use my focus of helm operations.
Beautiful. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Let's roll this. Up 2 d20s. Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
3.
Complication from the ship.
Well, that was on a 16. I think
it shouldn't be. Yeah,
no,
the complication range is only 1.
The complication range wasn't any more complicated than usual. So I'm always just hovering over that whenever the ships roll, because it's always a bit funny. But yeah, cool. So with 3 successes, you get 2 momentum, and you take the runabout down through the planet, through the various atmospheres of the planet, various levels of it. There's a bit of a bumpy ride to begin with, but soon you kind of start to become enveloped by that kind of, blue sky thing or around you as you start to actually go down through towards the planet. It's quite stormy below. There's lots of clouds again, and you can see a lot of kind of dust picking up, and you're heading down to that location on a kind of desert-like peninsula down where you've located those life signs, but you're primarily focused on getting to the comm badges. And then I am going to spend 2 threat to bring in my little dudes as the ship, the runabout, brings you an alert as a ship decloaks behind you in the atmosphere. And you quickly check your scanners, and Susie, as B'Rel, as you're kind of on, like, kind of tactical and stuff, you're on the co-pilot seat there by the sounds of it. You quickly look at the profile of the vessel, and it's a Romulan scout ship behind you in hot pursuit. And so as they've just decloaked, I'm going to take the first turn of the ship combat. And we're going to go from there. So each of you, each of your characters takes a turn in ship combat. And really what ship combat is about, and I'm going to try and fly through it rather than kind of go through all the intricate details of it, because otherwise we'll be here for a little bit longer than our usual runtime. But so it's kind of about kind of coordination and timing a little bit. So it's a bit like, maybe, and because you can choose who wants to go first, it's not like a set initiative order. So it might be that, Tom, you want to kind of take some evasive maneuvers first of all in order to dodge it, or you might want to kind of do an attack pattern in order to set Susie up to fire back at them or something. So it's a little bit about timing and coordination. So have a little look through those various little cheat sheets that show you the different kind of tasks. Susie, you're kind of going to be on mainly, those security and tactical tasks, communication probably as well, and sensors to a degree. Tom, you're going to be on Susie, you're also going to have the opportunity to do maybe a command task as well. Because you can actually do one where it's like, okay, so I'm going to give some general orders to people, and you get to roll a difficulty 0 task in order to just kind of like generate some momentum for people to use. That's really handy to do at the beginning of a round. And yeah, Tom, you're going to be on like helm and navigation. Maybe you can work on some internal system stuff as well, or sensors too. And then Anita, you're definitely going to be on stuff like internal systems just to help people out, and sensors as well. Internal systems lets you balance power requirements. It lets you balance like damage you might have taken, shields, that kind of thing. Okay. All right, so the Romulan scout engages you very quickly, first of all, with their disruptor cannons. So the crew is going to roll those 2 dice. The starship's going to roll the 1 dice. This is going to be with their what's this? This is going to be weapons and security. And we're going to roll. How does the crew one work then? Let's have a look at this. Oh yeah, because it's a static thing for me. The crew always rolls a 9 plus 2. So that I rolled a 3. Okay, so that's just 3 successes, and the ship assists for no successes but no complication. And so I think it's difficulty 2 to hit you. Don't quote me on that, chat. I'm just flying through it. So that's going to give me a point of threat to spend. And so I'm going to roll the challenge dice on the disruptor cannons. And that is pretty hefty. You take a hard hit. So that is, and I just want to check this. Yeah, disruptor cannons are 4, plus 1 is 5. Why is it rolling that many?
It's a lot.
8. That was a lot. That was 8, and it really should have only rolled like... Maybe it rolled more. Maybe cannons roll more. I think it should only be rolling. I think it should only be rolling like 5 of those dice. So I'll take the first 5. So that's 1, 2 hits, and this is vicious 1. So those effects count as 2. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Kill us now. Good lord.
So your scale is 2, right? So you have 2 resistance.
Yes.
So so 2 of those get ignored immediately. So that's dropped down to 4. So you're going to take 4 damage to your shields, which I think knocks them out.
Yeah.
Do you have 4 shields? All right, drop those down to 0, and that does cause 1 breach. So I'm going to roll randomly on where I hit you because I didn't particularly target any place. Is a random system hit. It hit the engines. So your engines are now damaged. So anything that you use the engines for is going to be more difficult to do.
Brilliant.
So yeah, if someone wants to shout in a Star Trek way, like, you know, the engines have taken a hit and the shields are out.
Hey, we gotta do the hit, everybody. We need like a class 2 hit.
What scale?
Ready?
What scale?
Ready?
3?
2. Nobody went the same way.
No, I know. It's beautiful.
It was
I need
all
more
around us.
explosions. I need
It was
more
all around
explosions
us.
and stuff on my sound effects, don't I? I'm sure I've got some like phaser fire here somewhere. Anyway. Yes. So, oh, now my music has just gone away. Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry. So your engine's damaged, your shields are out, but it's over to you guys.
Do you mind if I go first? I can rally us, get us some momentum. So call goes out, red alert, shields are gone. B'Rel about to say shields up. She looks at her thing. She's and then she actually looks at you, Harvey, but she's smiling. And she says to Rally, she's like, today is a good day to die. And she's like full on like Klingon let's go mode.
I'd rather not.
I'm with the doc.
Let's see. 2 successes on my rally.
Brilliant. So you give yourselves 2 more momentum.
Yep.
Cool. Cool. Okay. So you have an option now. You can either spend 2 momentum now to keep the initiative, and so one of you will take a turn next instead of the Romulan scout ship, or you can hand it back over to the Romulan scout ship.
I think we should do that.
I think we should go next. Yeah.
It's 2 momentum.
I
No
think
problem.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Who wants to go next?
And
what are B'Rel's actual orders? Is this like do a loop-de-loop and try and shoot them, or is this evasive maneuvers?
I mean,
we need to.
Okay, Susie. No.
Yes.
This is perfect because I should be doing this more. Okay, I am going to invoke your. I'm going to invoke your. Oh my god, value.
I
mean, I've got a couple to choose from.
You sure do.
But if I think, have you got today is a good day to die? I think
no,
you've got
I don't. I have Death Before Dishonor.
Okay, so I'm going to invoke Death Before Dishonor, and you will get another point of determination if your orders are turn around and shoot them, like turn around and fight.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I see it. She's taken it. I can see it on the sheet.
I did it. I clicked. So B'Rel turns to you, Harvey. She says, "They're not gonna stop chasing until we are dead. Return fire."
Sure, Chief.
She's like, "Return fire!" Like, no, this bullshit. Return fire.
Okay, and then in that case, because I was going to do evasive maneuvers, I'm going to have to switch to attack pattern.
Disobeying orders is a pattern for you, Harvey.
I'm not going to do it. It's fine. I'll do an attack pattern. So
okay.
Essentially, Harvey is going to... You know what he's going to do? He's going to kind of, with the engines, he's going to do this attack pattern. He essentially nulls one of the impulse engines on the right-hand side. So we just literally, on a dime, just turn round, hits the engine up again, unloads whatever he's got, and then he charges straight for them and underneath them in a hope to surprise them so they're not expecting it.
We're doing a Starship Tokyo drift, like in Sea of Thieves. Drop the anchor.
Drop the anchor. We're doing an anchor turn. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, roll me daring plus con. This is going to be difficulty 2. And you're going to be assisted by the ship's weapons and con. So, Anita, if you want to jump on that for me again, if
I would
possible.
love to.
So, hang on, before I do this. I don't know if I should say because it's Picard spoilers. I was going to say, like, channel you're in a crusher. And if you've seen Picard, you'll know it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. Okay. So Daring, con. Again, focus, helm operations. I'm going to do specific maneuver to do that.
Back pattern theta.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's
we all
difficulty
start
2.
with 1 determination.
Yes.
Do it.
So you could spend that determination now.
Spirit of Discovery, which allows me to spend a determination to add 3 momentum points to the pool.
Okay. Do you have to use a value as with that thing, or is that just?
I think it's just a talent.
It's a talent.
Okay.
I don't. It doesn't say
Spirit
you have
of
to.
Discovering some dead Romulans.
Oh yeah, that's
discovering
actually
what a dead Romulan
Forget that
looks
then.
like.
Forget that then, because that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You're right.
Okay. You've got 2 momentum in the pool. Do you want to use any of it for?
Sure.
To roll more dice.
I'll use. So 1 momentum gives me what? 1?
Plus 1 dice.
An extra die.
An extra dice. So I'll use a momentum to get that extra dice, I think.
Cool. All right. So you're rolling 3, and the ship is rolling 1.
Okay, no complications. Focus. Let's rock and roll.
No help from the ship, but you did very
got
well.
4.
Harvey knows his attack patterns. Yeah, look at that. With 4, with 4 successes.
I think I should have been con.
Should have been a You
get a slap on the back from B'Rel, like a
2 momentum.
Ow. Thanks, Chief.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it turns around and he fires phasers at it, and basically uses what left of this to like go straight at it, but obviously swerves the last minute to go under it and try and get some momentum on them.
Yeah. So as you do, you're coming in underneath them. Susie, B'Rel is lining up a shot, ready with the phasers, and you're all, apart from B'Rel, I assume, like bricking it, like going head to head with a Romulan scout ship. You're on kind of even keel when it comes to vessel size and kind of configurations and stuff. And then there's that rockets through the ship, and it doesn't come from the Romulans. They are firing, but they're not hitting. It comes from the planet, and you see the Romulan, like a nacelle, like starts to vent gas, and they start to spin down. But then Harvey, as you're going in for your attack pattern, you're starting to lose like lift and velocity, and so the engines are starting to splutter, and you're starting to drift down towards the planet. As you start to hurtle down, from your training and from your experience, you are just now in a crash landing situation, and that is the best you could come out of this from. But so are the Romulans.
Okay. He'll go. We've lost power to the engines, and we're going down quite hard. Hang on, I'll try and do you get like little maneuvering thrusters? Are they still? Because the impulse are gone, but little maneuvering thrusters. I'm going to use that to try and balance it out to lessen this crash landing as much as possible, to try and navigate to the easiest thing.
Absolutely. Possible. And as you're trying to line things up, there's another through the ship, this like pulse that comes through the ship. You can all feel it as well. It's like, that kind of like bassy kind of, like if you've ever heard anything kind of go off in the distance that does that. And so this another wave comes at you as you're trying to right and correct the bearing of the ship, so that the runabout can at least come down and kind of glide down onto its belly. Okay, so I'm going to need you to roll for me daring plus con, and this is going to be assisted by the ship with its engines plus con. And because the engines are damaged and because of the kind of difficulty of this all, it's going to be difficulty 4. Successfully crash land this vessel.
Okay.
Oof.
All right. So I've got to focus. So what does spending the determination gives me what? Just a 1 success, right?
So it gives you an extra d20 on the tops of the 2 that you would normally roll, but that dice has already rolled a critical success and has scored you 2 successes. So you don't roll this dice.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna spend my determination so that we don't.
What value are going to use? What value are you going to use?
Entire thing. What value?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just need a little bit of luck.
I love it. Okay. Make a note of that after as well. Make sure that you kept that in your log so that you can refer back to it later. Was there have you used that in the past, in one of the past 2 sessions?
I think I used it in the first one.
So this could be a milestone for you as well. So if you wanted to tick that first episode 2 to say that you're using the same value again, that would give you some experience at the end of the session.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I used it in the first one, but I'm sure I have.
I think so. Yeah, that's why I'm asking you guys to keep a log of which ones you use, because then if you use the same one again, you can refer back to an episode and go, oh, I used this before. I'll tick that off and I'll get some experience. So you'll get a milestone. All right, so all you need is a little bit of luck.
So determination has been used.
Cool. So you've got a dice that's already rolled 2 successes.
Yeah.
You're still rolling 2 d20s. If you want to roll an extra one, that is going to cost you... yes, it's going to cost you 2 more momentum.
2 more momentum?
Yeah.
How much momentum does the party have? 3?
We have 3 at the moment.
I mean, it's a crash landing. I would use it just to make sure, although we already have 2 in the back. We need 4, right?
Yeah.
You need 4 successes.
4? Like if I'm only
the ship
rolling...
is assisting.
And the ship is assisting.
The ship is rolling 1.
Okay. I still think we should use it to get an extra 1, personally.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, do it.
So we'll do that.
Well, you got 1 momentum in the bank.
Here we go. So we're rolling 3. Of course we do that, don't we?
So you've got 4 successes there, plus an extra 2. Gives you 6 successes. 2 more momentum in the bank. And Harvey, you manage to quite deftly get this runabout down in a safe position. Scrape along the floor of this kind of rocky, deserty terrain, this arid terrain that's in front of you, and you, based on the telemetry, you are not far from the comm badges that you were actually targeting. You see them off in the distance, just through your, viewports at the front, the kind of black smoking now trail of the Romulan scout ship spin out, down and down and down, and then crash maybe a kilometer or 2 away. But you're safe, you're at a standstill, you look around, nobody is injured.
Oh, we made it.
Maybe today isn't a good day to die. Good job, Harvey.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. I better check on what caused the engines to do that. Right.
I'll come with you. I'm also an engineer.
There's another thum of that pulse.
Or
what is that?
Tricorder?
Yeah, absolutely. So you pull out your tricorder. Give me an insight and sciences task. Difficulty 1.
Two successes.
Beautiful. Okay, so that's another momentum in the bank for you as well. So you're on 4. So you got another chance as well to ask some obtain information questions from me too. The pulse seems to be the kind of It's coming from the planet itself. Is all the kind of the very first kind of readings you get basically kind of give you that. It does have a bearing though. It's kind of coming from an easterly direction, possibly underground, and if it's kind of coming from the planet, but it's also kind of coming at you in a kind of wave as well. It's giving you a rough location, and it's eastwards towards those life signs.
Oh.
But it's quite probable, based on your readings, that it was the reason the engines of both ships died. This is something that there's some techno babble, like, you know, particles are being emitted that is going to disrupt engines and equipment. And as there's another as you're reading your tricorder readings, a couple of those, you know, rocks fall from the like, you know, inside, like there's a couple of sparks and stuff. There's a couple of electronic, like EPS conduits blow out, and a couple of systems kind of spark up as it's interfering with your equipment.
It's some sort of inverse polaron burst. Looks like it's it might be interfering with the dilithium matrix on the ship, from what I can tell. But bad news. Good news, I guess, is that's probably what's causing our ship problems. Bad news is that it looks like it's coming from the planet itself. Also, good news, it's in the direction of those life signs we read, so that's something.
Is there any obtained information on questions that you'd like to ask me? With 4 momentum in the pool.
Let me just think for a second.
Sure.
Now that we're sort of on boots on the ground on this planet, do I have a clearer view of those life signs? Like, can I determine if they are humanoid or like standard Federation life signs, like human, any profile matching that of our missing ship?
Yep, absolutely. So you can detect a few life signs of aliens that you don't have, humanoid aliens that you don't have the biology for yet. But they're, you know, alien life signs mixed in with a few species that you might recognize from this sector of the galaxy, including a couple of Orion signatures. There's even a Gorn here as well. But they all seem to be, you know, fairly humanoid. And you also do detect what have we got here? So it's 2 Federation species life signs, 1 human and 1 I don't know, give me a random Federation species.
Goodness, let's say Trill.
Yeah. So yeah, you detect that in the group of people as well.
Okay. It looks like there's a group of life signs ahead. We've got some rogues gallery here. We've got a couple of Orions, a Gorn of all things, but we do also have a human and a Trill, which I think lines up with the people that we're missing.
So B'Rel's getting like her kit. She's putting on the little belt so she can put her phaser in it and stuff. And as you say gone, she like she gets her little dick tag dagger out and she's like, I'm gonna keep this with me. She's gonna put it away, but she's like, nope. In
theory, you could have your mechless as well, because that is a piece of your equipment.
Oh, it is.
You just get it. It's
not.
There's no like.
Yes. Okay. We will take the Gone are no joke.
So maybe you're like dagger. No.
Pull
out a compartment necklace.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're all grouped together.
Why? What would?
I mean,
maybe they're being held prisoner together.
Or maybe they came together to survive. And
it's
possibly.
I should definitely clarify. It's not so much that they were like grouped together. There are the human and Trill life signs are together. But the rest of the life signs seem to be clustered in a way that would resemble like an outpost or a small settlement or something. So they're currently like in buildings and stuff like that. They're not like grouped together. But at your perspective, when you were in orbit, grouped together just meant like in the same place.
They're in the same mile.
Looks like there's a small outpost that away, eastern direction.
Right.
And there was no outpost on record here. This is for you, this is for the Federation. This is an unexplored planet. And, you know, B'Rel, you might have even heard or whispered that, like, the Klingons, they haven't really been here either. This is quite deep into the Expanse.
Right. Okay, everyone gear up. Phases are a must. We'll get to our people first, then we'll figure out what the hell is going on here.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Just a quick reminder in chat, if you want to get onto that competition, you can type in !roll20 and we'll be giving away one of the modules for you very shortly. April will take care of all of that and I'll give you a shout out at the end of the session as well. Okay, so let me get my little soundscape out and you head out into the arid desert as a storm starts kind of kicking up the dust and starts to pull in from overhead. You make your way in your space pajamas with absolutely no kind of environmental clothing whatsoever to your first port of call. I'm guessing that's the comm badges.
Yeah.
In fact, to be fair, I think even in my head, I had it like the comm badges were close and then kind of basically on the way is the outpost that you're thinking of investigating as well. As you head to the origin, and you keep your tricorders out, you're looking for these comm badges, you actually come across the mouth of a cave.
Okay, I'm gonna pull my little remote out, my phaser. And everyone
like wrist strap torch like Voyager always had.
Doctor's leading with tricorder first. Weapon is securely holstered.
Brilliant. Okay. Doctor, you can detect those two comm badges clearly. Attached to those comm badges is definitely flesh, humanoid Federation species flesh, but you are not detecting any life signs.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Doctor's gonna rush in.
Okay. In the darkness, once you finally reach the two officers, you can see them, and they are unfortunately definitely dead, as both of them appeared to be melded in some way, unfortunately, due to a transporter accident in the cave. And they suffered a huge deal of trauma, and so they aren't alive. The interference with the nebula and the atmosphere of the planet, getting them transported down here, was an unfortunate accident.
I give the TV camera that one sweeping shot as my light just kind of goes over it, you know.
Yeah,
you kind of see the body horror. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll grab the comm badges just so that way we have them.
Yeah, you can essentially as like dog tags. But yeah, without a lot of effort, a lot of work, they unfortunately aren't very recoverable. You've got the comm badges, but not the people.
Well, at least I know I was right to say not to transport down. Oh,
no, I'm
sorry. That was gallows humor.
Like he talked Klingon. B'Rel doesn't even react. You all right, Harvey?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine, Chief. Fine.
You look as green as an Orion. Me is outside.
Red shirts, gold, blue. Can I at least identify them?
One red, one blue.
One red, one blue.
This is not Ensign Disp or Lieutenant Reed.
Okay.
These are the other two. The other two red shirts that in this episode we will never learn the name of.
A name.
Oh, so sad.
Harvey will kind of take one last look and then head back outside. And with his tricorder, he's going to be kind of keeping a track on. He's more keeping a track on where the Romulans went.
Sure. Give me. Do you want to give me a? Do you want to give me an insight and sciences?
Sure.
It's going to be difficulty 2, I think.
I mean, I've got no real focuses for this, not really.
You've still got 3 momentum. You could get two more dice off of that if you wanted.
What was the difficulty you said?
2, I think I said.
2. No, because I kind of feel like this is just him doing something.
Sure.
You know.
Just give me a roll. You never know. You've been quite lucky so far this session.
Got a 1 success.
Okay, so 1 success. The storm coming in is just a bit too much for you to pinpoint Romulan life signs on this planet right now. Because there are other, there are some very low level animal life signs that were unimportant to the previous descriptions.
Yeah.
Like it's just like little marsupials or little mammals or whatever is running around on the planet. So, and there's going to be some flora as well. So you can't pinpoint the Romulan life signs. But you can still see very far off in the distance. It's being carried away by the wind now as the storm has rolled in, but you can still see the smoke from what would there be their scout ship.
How far would you say on foot the outpost is? Can we guess? Like, can we get a general idea on?
Absolutely, yeah. You were only a few kilometers away. You can get there. You can get there with a walk and a slow fade in.
Cool. Well, I'll just wait outside for the others to once they're done.
It's plot speed. Come on.
It is. You got to.
Yeah,
got to.
You can get there in a when we fade into the next scene, when you arrive at the outpost, your uniforms will be a bit tattered and stuff, and you'll be grumpy from the storm. Exactly, but you will have been able to walk there, and I'm gonna speed us up to there because that's the kind of where the main stuff is.
Yeah. But in the cave, B'Rel's just recording everything you need to do for an officer that's died in action, all that sort of stuff, and then go.
Done the medical report on Lieutenant Gon Adai and the other one.
First name V.
Some apostrophes in it. No one will ever know.
Lieutenant Commander Goner.
All right.
Ad break.
You can meet Harvey outside, and if your only other destination is the outpost rather than trying to take on the Romulans, we can do that. But honestly, if you wanna go a different way, do something else, we can do that. That's cool.
No, it doesn't seem like a problem for later.
Little tactical chat here.
Yeah, a little huddle, 3-person huddle. We're all uncomfortably close because it's the 4x3 screen format. We should proceed ahead to the outpost. There's no sense wandering out into that to take a fight that we might lose.
Okay, Chief.
Okay.
Let's start walking.
It's a tough walk. Yeah, it's a tough walk. But you manage to get to the outpost. As you reach the outskirts of it, you can see some prefab buildings that have been set up here. And you can also see large-scale equipment, something like construction or excavation. Would there be anything you'd want to do kind of before like approaching? And what is your approach? What's your kind of like thought behind that? And we have a Tim.
Yay!
So sorry.
That's okay. And you are joined by a fourth red shirt, who we didn't see yet, emerge from your crashed runabout.
Oh yeah, who's in the
God, my head! What the hell happened? Where am I?
I don't know if you've seen any of it. Let me catch you up. All right, Susie, sorry, go on. You're going to jump in.
Yeah, B'Rel will catch up this red shirt. What is your character's name?
I don't remember. I'm like half on a work computer. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, Jonathan. Screw it.
Jonathan. What's your rank? I'll just refer to you by rank.
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
And he checks his pips. Yeah, Lieutenant.
Oh my God. Doctor, can you just scan the lieutenant? I think he's suffering some serious brain damage. Lieutenant, we were attacked by cloaked Romulans. We've crash landed on this.
Time.
Damn Romulans.
What happens when you have a nap in the back?
I mean, they told me I wasn't allowed to sit near the console with the buttons to shoot things. So if I had been sitting there, this might not have happened. I'm just throwing that out there. God, my head hurts.
Yeah, just came across.
I'll give the quick zap.
Unfortunately, we just came across 2 Starfleet who didn't make it. To put it nicely.
Awkward.
Yeah, transporters interference, not a good way to go. But for your reference out of character, we currently stood outside a settlement, just planning our entry.
Okay, great. He rips open a ration pack and just starts munching.
B'Rel stood next to him, decked out in like every piece of weaponry she owns, and he's there just. All right. Thoughts? Anyone? I'm open to.
Well, I mean, I guess we introduce ourselves.
Yeah, let's go in. Maybe they got better food.
We can't necessarily assume they're hostile off the bat, but we also can't assume they're friendly. But
yeah.
I mean, we can certainly go in and.
I tend to err to my Klingon side more than my human side in these situations. But we are Starfleet. There's like a little snarl on her lip as she says that. We have peaceful intentions at all times. So she walks in. She doesn't have any of her weapons out. She puts the phaser at her belt. And she just calls out, "Hello?"
You catch a couple of workers who are carrying like on a grav lift, a bunch of rocks. Some of them glisten slightly, and they're pushing that forward. And as you yell, they kind of stop and they kind of look and they look around and they kind of look at your uniforms again. And the 2 of them kind of talk. It's a couple of aliens of the week style that humanoids that you don't recognize the species of. They start talking on some kind of risk communicator.
My eyes immediately like dart to everybody else. Like, her hand is like on her belt.
Hi. And Harvey's gonna like slowly start approaching them.
As you approach them, they're starting to like walk away. That's like to try and move the grab lift a bit quicker.
One sec. Can you help us? We just our ship just crashed.
They've just like done a runner.
And diplomacy was not my forte.
I mean, that doesn't bode well, does it?
No, it does
they
not.
didn't attack
Also,
us.
Jonathan is just realizing. I think he's the senior officer.
No.
No, your second officer, Chief B'Rel, is the
senior
CO for this away mission.
Oh, good. Okay. Awkward.
Yeah. Moments later, you see marching towards you again, stockier, more security-looking humanoid. And they've got a kind of like robot companion that's just kind of hovering above them. And B'Rel, you get that sense of like it having maybe some weapons on, some emitters of some kind for sure. Just in your, Klingon jellies. And I don't know. And so they kind of head up towards you and stop, a good kind of 6-7 meters away, but call out across the storm, and the universal translator translates for you.
I'm going to lean in next to Dr. Chella and just say, I for one welcome our robot overlords.
I for one hope our robot overlords do not shoot at us.
And this alien says, "Who are you? What's your business here?"
B'Rel sort of like her chest puffs up a little bit. She stands taller than usual. I'm Chief Petty Officer B'Rel of House Tren with Starfleet. We're looking for 3 crew members of ours crashed on this planet.
Two of them are with us.
May we see them?
What is your intention on this planet?
Honestly, get our people and go.
There's another from the, and it's got a little bit more intensity this time. As this kind of like, as Tim, as this like pulse, invisible kind of pulse just kind of ripples through you. You feel it, just that like whoosh of energy, but you don't feel ill. You don't feel any different, but there it's kind of still there, and it has been there for the walk as well, every so often.
I just want to reiterate that was none.
But the alien who's talking to you, like they, you know, they're shaken by it as well, and they kind of even through their you know, alien features, you can read an expression of like exasperation that it's happened again.
So the other thing is that inverse polaron. You happen to know what's causing it? It interfered with our ship systems, and I think it might make it a little bit difficult for us to leave.
You cannot leave.
Because you're not going to let us, or because that's not going to let us?
That was a question.
We cannot leave.
Can you leave?
Well, as soon as we get our ship repaired, we can pop out of here. Possibly.
The ship will not be repaired until the pulse stops.
Do you know what's causing the pulse?
And he pauses, and he kind of looks away. And he turns, speaks a bit on his wrist communicator again, and then looks back at you and motions you over.
Okay, go over. I've still got my hand on my phaser at all times.
You walk through the compound. You've got all this kind of like excavation equipment around you as well. You can see there are some guards there as well. It's pretty thin on the ground, though. Some of them carrying kind of like maybe phaser rifles or pulse rifles in some variety. And then he takes you to a kind of like central prefab. And the doors whoosh open, and inside there are a couple of Orion men, and they're like tapping away at consoles. They've got a couple of pads. They're doing a little bit of admin. As you walk in, they stop, slowly put that down, and they kind of turn back towards you over a desk. I am Fidel, and this is Castra. What are you doing on our mining colony?
Side note, out of character. Do I know what the initial runabout's mission was here, or did they just like...
Their mission was investigate the signal.
Investigate the signal. All right. Okay, so B'Rel, she says, our previous crew, 2 of whom are in your custody, were sent out here to investigate the signal. Strange signal coming from this region. Something happened to their ship. We lost contact, and then we were sent out to find them. And we were also pulled into the planet.
With a Romulan ship, right?
A Romulan ship decloaked and attacked us. Yep.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Are our crew members hurt? Can we see them?
No, they are in our custody. You can see them. And he looks at his companion. The companion kind of nods. If you... I want to make you a deal here. If you want to recover your crewmates, if you can take a look at what's causing this signal, and there's another thing, and he like rolls his eyes. You can take a look at this thing. That means we can all get off this planet. I can get this all where it needs to go, and you can take your crew members back with you.
All right. How long have you been here?
I'm not here for questions, Starfleet. That's the deal.
All right. Crewmates first. Show us that they're unharmed, and then we'll look.
His companion says to him in a kind of staged whisper, but you can just about hear what he says. He says, will El Larul be okay with this? And he turns to him and he says, she must be, because otherwise she's not getting her... Where did I write it down? She's not getting her Rodinium either. And he turns back to you and he says, if I take you down the excavation shaft, you'll see. Do we have a deal, Starfleet?
I'm going to just look to the others, not for like confirmation, but just like a, I'm trying to be Starfleet here rather than Klingon. Before B'Rel nods and then she offers her arm.
Can I make it like a... I'm so sorry. He finishes swallowing, and then he kind of makes like, when you look, he kind of makes like a hand gesture, like weapon.
She just like looks at his waist where there's a phaser.
Oh, does he have one? Oh,
yeah, everyone's got one.
Bigger weapon, bigger
weapon.
We're in pre-Voyager. We don't have the assault rifle phasers
yet.
Yeah,
you do. Yeah, you do.
It's not honest.
I didn't bring one.
No, you didn't. Sorry.
No. But yeah, B'Rel will offer her arm to the Orions.
Mm-hmm.
And for like a deal.
Yeah. All right. And he shakes it. And
him.
you... Yeah. And you guys are led by him and a few of the miners, and they take you down through the excavation shafts that they've dug, and they take you down, finally opening up into a grand cavern where there's another one of those and you will get hit by that blast, and it's just all the more kind of close to you now. It's all the more forceful now that you're down here. And you, as the cavern opens up, you see several these tan, sandy-colored obelisks, and carved into them all around the cavern, as they've kind of partly excavated this, what could be like, an ancient alien temple or something, as they've been kind of slowly picking it apart. Into the walls, into these columns, you can see these kind of intricate blue kind of veins carved in very clean lines. Some of them almost kind of like, like lightning shapes, maybe a little bit of that. Some of them open up a little bit more. They seem maybe something like, reminiscent of like isolinear chips, or an actual console or something like that. But they're far too narrow for those to be effective consoles for a humanoid to control and to interface with. But the Orion kind of, you notice, has almost, it's like, when you're in a lineup and someone asks for someone and everyone steps back, like he's just stepped back, he's waited behind as you guys have stepped forward, and you've got that kind of spirit of Starfleet, investigation and discovery as you're looking around this room. There's kind of, these veins have these blue lights, they flicker around sometimes, and then when that hits you, all of those blue lights illuminate the cave and then dull back down to those little flickers. And the Orion is a few steps back at this point now. And as B'Rel, you might look back, he just looks around to you and he just says, "Deal." And he turns around and he walks out.
Wait, you said we could see our people?
He's out.
I hated them when they
You
don't
didn't even
actually
give me a better,
hold up
like,
the-
no food or anything. Come on, man.
B'Rel swearing in a lot of swears in Klingon quietly to herself.
You have to teach me some of those.
I got you. If we make it out of here, I'll tell you all you want to know. Right. Dr. Harvey, Lieutenant, let's try and get to the bottom of this. The quicker we do this, the quicker we get out of here.
You take a look. This is completely... Never seen anything like this before. Really, I'm not sure where to begin.
Well, Harvey, that's what your old spirit discovery's for, huh? Give him an elbow. Get in there.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'm just like looking around. I'm trying my little tricorder.
I just get my tricorder out and go, okay, where's the power coming from?
Yeah, all right. This is going to be the start of an extended task where you're going to look into this. So the problem is going to be a few tasks in order to resolve it. Yeah, Harvey, then I am looking to you to give me a reason, and I'll take engineering. If you're looking for power specifically, I'll take engineering.
For me, let's pull the plug on this thing, and then it'll stop. That's what
reason and engineering, or insight and engineering.
I'll go reason and engineering. I'm looking for a logical thing. This thing's
this isn't
machine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is entirely alien. This is technology you have never seen before. This is going to be difficulty 3, and I'm going to spend 2 threat to up that to difficulty 4 because this is just so like out there.
All right. I don't really have any focuses really that kind of help me in this.
The difficulty the increased difficulty comes in like that tricorder. All your equipment is on the fritz.
Just hitting it multiple times as it just constantly kind of comes out and giving me unusual.
So I've got a focus of EPS conduits. Can I assist?
Absolutely, yeah. So again, reason or insight and engineering. And Tim, you'll roll 1 dice, and then Tom, you'll roll your 2 or more d20s as you like.
My reason is my lowest. I hope I helped. Here we go.
Yeah, you did.
So Tom, if you get any successes, you'll add Tim's to your successes as well.
Boom.
And difficulty was, what did you say, 4?
Difficulty is 4. Yeah.
Jonathan's a historian, by the way. He's just kind of behind you, kind of like with like. I figure he sounds kind of like dinosaur-esque and has like one of those like very like lizard sounds, and he kind of like points with a clawed finger. What about there? Well, how about over here? Maybe right over like that thing right there.
Lieutenant,
look, that one's shiny.
Lieutenant, I'm just gonna follow what the tricorder says and then work from there. Now we need 3 momentum to get an extra dice now, right? Or does it reset with a whole new task?
It all resets. It's all good. So if you want to roll 1 extra d20, that costs you 1 momentum. If you want to roll an extra 2 d20s, that's going to cost you the 3 momentum that you've got there.
I will use, if it's okay with everyone, because everyone else has tasks of their own. Is it okay if I use 1? Because if we can find the power to this thing, then... Okay, so I'll use 1 momentum to get it up to 3. And pray. Cool. Got 1.
All right. And only with 2 successes, this is just... And because the tricorder's on the fritz as well, you cannot locate exactly where the power is coming from. It's coming from all of them.
I've been kind of running scans this entire time, and trying to figure out, would I be able to maybe discern what this machine's purpose is in order to best counteract it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I could take a sciences for that.
Like insight science?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, this is going to be difficulty 3 to decipher some of this.
So if I've just done a task and a check, can I then assist other people, or is that me done? Like I've done my thing?
Not in this circumstance, and it's just your GM discretion about the limit of where you can assist and how many people can assist. It sounds like Anita, the doctor, was running those scans as you were doing your thing as well. So some time is passing as you're investigating this stuff and stuff like that.
I mean, I've been also back in the ship. I get scanned the first Polaroid, and I think that this is Dr. Chella's been tricordering. So if it's okay with the team, I'd like to use a momentum for a extra die.
Go for it.
Just for an extra chance. All right. Insight science, let's go. Ooh, that's a failure and a complication. That's a 20.
All right. So it is kind of completely alien to you as well. B'Rel, you're the first to notice as there is, sounds like disruptor fire upstairs, and then the crash and dust cascading through into this chamber. So I'm going to use that complication to give you that cloudy, dust-filled area now. So it's going to make, seeing through that, targeting people through that more difficult. So you hear that disruptor fire from above, and then B'Rel, just as the dust is starting to make its way into the cavern, you can see those big shiny power suits of the Romulans come into the chamber as they start ducking for cover, and then a couple of those green disruptor shots start to over your shoulders. Right. So I'm going to play combat.
No matter what, my Jonathan Saurian face it looks like, when a dog looks like it's smiling even though a dog can't smile. He's totally got that look of oh yeah, for the firefight, but he just kind of looks over at you, Chief, with expectant eyes.
Oh, B'Rel, seeing that fire, seeing the Romulans in town, she is smiling. She is ready.
All right. And with this being the climax of the episode 2, I'm going to play combat a bit fast and loose, and mainly we're trying to get this extended task going. So in your turn, or if you want to jump in, or if I'm shouting, okay, it's over to you, you've got a couple of options: fight the Romulans, or work towards the extended task. And like I said, so you've got an extended task. You're going to need 3 breakthroughs with this. And it is difficulty 3 to begin with, so we want to be throwing out that momentum, that threat, getting your numbers up, and the Romulans are going to be jumping in and trying to score some hits on you as you do so. All right, but it's over. Who wants to take the first turn?
B'Rel will heroically step forward, draw her Klingon disruptor that she also brought with her, because she brought every single one of her weapons that she could, and she's going to return fire at the she's gonna shout to everybody to get cover. Harvey, work on the thing. Lieutenant, you're with me. Doctor, back up Harvey. And she pulls her disruptor, and we're gonna return fire to the room.
So you pull out a disruptor the big pistols, the big one. Yeah. So you pull out literally a bigger gun. I look down at my cricket and I'm like, seriously, kind of point one of the Romulan ones. I want one of those.
Go get it.
Go get it. Yes. I have a task.
Okay, so so do I just click my weapon that I'm attacking with?
No, so you need to do the task first of all. So this is going to be, you're shooting at them?
Yeah.
It's going to be control and security.
Ooh.
If you've got a focus in something like phasers or disruptors or shooting people, I'll take that.
I don't. I have intimidation. I'm really scary.
Not here, I'm afraid. This is concentrating on shooting people.
Do you have dagger fighting? I need to close that distance.
Okay, you are out in the open. Did you want to try and move, duck for cover beforehand? And this is a disruptor or it's a phaser?
Disruptor.
Okay, cool. So did you want to move, try and duck for cover at all, or are you just walking forward, just pumping that
John
trigger,
Wick.
just trying to yeah.
Yeah. Yes. B'Rel's, she's just straight up I gotta protect my people.
Okay. All right.
Let's go.
I would say then you should probably take a minor action to aim as well, because you're not really kind of moving significantly into cover or anything. Yep. So you can reroll one of these d20s as well.
Sweet.
If anyone you want. Do you want to add any dice? How many dice do you want to add? Quickly.
I will add my determination.
Okay, cool. Death before dishonor.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot used to that one.
We are at the minute. Yeah. Okay, we're doing it. We're going. No, but I got one.
You get to re-roll one of those die. And you rolled a
do.
determination, and you spent your determination in order to get an extra d20 that had already rolled 2 successes.
Yes.
Because that's what you can do before you roll a task. Okay, so you've got 2 successes.
Okay,
so
I'll
you can re-roll
one
of those die.
3.
Cool. There we go. So now you've got momentum in the bank there. And so this poor Romulan Ulan that you're targeting. Now you click on your weapon to roll the damage.
It has vicious one as well.
So if you want, so each of these effects, each of these little Starfleet symbols count as 2 damage.
Oh. Disruptors.
Is this, Susie, a non-lethal? Are you firing to stun or you're firing to kill?
I don't think disruptors can do stun. I think they can only kill. I don't think they have a stun setting.
They can in my universe.
Sorry.
Because it's that specific choice when you make an attack. So if you attack to stun folks, then that's fine. The Ulan is going to get up, after all the drama, and they're going to be okay. If you attack to kill, I get a threat and they die.
Have the threat.
Because you are Starfleet. You are Starfleet. Okay.
Yes, but also.
Yes, but also.
I'm not a commissioned Starfleet officer. I'm on the trade program.
True, but I'm not doing one rule for you and one rule for everyone else.
I know.
So he stacks it behind some cover, and falls back with a disruptor bolt at him, and then falls down in a kind of like steaming mess on the floor.
Good.
Okay. Did you want to keep the initiative using 2 momentum, or did you want to hand it over to the Romulans?
What do you lot think?
Keep it.
Keep it?
I'll take a shot.
We can at least start. Or we can start working on this obelisk.
Oh yeah, do that.
All right. You have kept 2 momentum. Who wants to go next?
Do it,
Start
Tom.
work.
So I'm gonna go over to the doctor, and Doc, I can't find a power supply to this thing. I don't know how to. Have you found anything?
I haven't been able to find anything either, but we gotta keep working at it. There has to be some, at least if we can't find a power source, maybe we need to just find an alternate way to turn it off. We know that it's emitting polaron energy. Maybe there's a way that we can cancel it out. If we can't cut it off the power supply, maybe we can cancel out the signal.
Okay. Okay, and then he's going to have a think of what the pulse is made of, and then try and figure, with the doctor, of course, to try and figure out something that
you
can,
you can work together in this turn on this. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Harvey, I want you to roll me a reason and engineering task.
Okay.
And Doctor, what did you want? How did you want to approach the problem? What do you want to use? I feel like it's reason as well.
Yeah, we could do reason, or I was thinking also insight, possibly. I could angle for that.
I think this is more formulating an idea, isn't it? I think
Okay.
this is definitely reason, and then this could be science or engineering.
Science is better for me, but yeah, I'll roll my single die.
Cool.
Okay.
So you'll be rolling a single die. Tom, how many more dice do you want to roll? A difficulty 3 task.
We've got no momentum, right? I've got no
roll
momentum.
those dice.
Oh, you know what?
We could buy it with
Give
threat.
Threat, yeah, to get some momentum, couldn't I?
For your determination.
Yes.
I've used
We've
mine.
already used it, and I don't have it because of support.
Can I give them mine?
Supporting characters don't have it at the
Okay.
moment, I don't think.
Okay.
Not first showing. They don't.
You got to earn that determination.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do. As you keep introducing a supporting character, they get more and more like stats, basically.
Okay. I think the situation is getting a lot more tense, and clock's ticking. So I think, I'm gonna give you threat for some momentum.
All right, Tom. Simple question: how many dice do you want to roll?
I want to roll 3. I'm rolling 2 already. Get an extra 1.
You want to roll? You want just an extra 1? Okay.
Yeah.
I think you should roll more.
What's the difficulty again? What was it?
3.
Oh crap!
But we
Let's
need
go
more
for it.
breakthroughs.
This is the secret, Tom. We're on a roller coaster dive now.
We'll do another
Scream
one.
if you want to go faster.
So how many?
Roll, Tom. Roll 5 dice.
Yeah?
Roll
Okay,
5 dice.
Let's go 5 dice. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Full thing now. Full thing. Here we go. And I'm going to use my composure as a focus because of all the things going around. I'm trying to keep the composure in this thing. Let's roll it.
God, Susie, this isn't like the Acton crew. I never had lower than like 20 threat.
Yeah, I know.
At any time.
Nice. So we got 5 overall with the assist.
Beautiful. So that gives you 2 more successes than you need, banking you 2 momentum. And you now roll number of these challenge dice, these combat dice. So it's 2 plus your engineering rank.
Ooh.
So 6 in combat.
So
dice,
roll
yeah?
6 of those D6. Yeah, 6 of those challenge dice, those D6 for me.
Okay.
And I gave you guys a little heads up on the extended tasks in a handout as well, if you want to just give that a shout. Tom, that is a phenomenal roll.
It
That's
is.
a very
3,
good
4,
roll.
5, 6, 7. Okay, so this task has a bit of resistance because of just the nature of its alien nature and your unknowing of it. But that's only by 2, so you score 5 on this thing, and so you have done a breakthrough. So
would we be able to spend one of those momentum to ignore some of that resistance?
Yes, you would. Yeah. So actually, you can ignore 2. So you ignore those 2, and you score 7 of those. The doctor's theory was brilliant. So you are looking at actually, rather than trying to interface with this thing, you are looking at trying to reverse the energy that's going on. So you begin to look into the columns where the energy is emitting from, exactly how it's like arranged. I don't do science. And so with this first breakthrough, you can realize that you can affect the actual energy it's emitting rather than having to decipher all of its weirdness, all of its new language, all of its user interface before you can actually turn the thing off. So you can actually almost like gut the engine, basically. It's kind of what you're looking to do, right? Okay, so that scored 1 breakthrough, and that's going to remove the resistance from this extended task for the rest of the session.
Nice.
All right. I am going to throw some disruptor fire at you, though. This other Romulan, Ulan, this poor Ulan, is going to fire their disruptor pistol at you. That's not the roll I wanted. Control plus security. Let's roll the task. And they do not succeed. Because I'm going to count these now that the dust is all in the air. I'm going to count these range attacks as difficulty 3 rather than 2 as usual, because of how it is. All right, back over to you guys. I think it's Jonathan's turn.
Yeah.
Nice.
Get that man.
So I'm gonna go full Kirk. I want one of those rifles. So I am Starfleet martial artsing with complete double fist onto one, because it only works in Starfleet. So I learned the proper way to do it, so it's actually effective, not so it's going to break all my bones. But Saurians, we know better. We're a little bit hollow bones, so we can do this. So I'm going to make a martial attack with my fitness and my security, and I'm going to use my Starfleet martial arts focus.
Perfect.
Is there a momentum?
There is 1 momentum in the pool, and you can always give me threat to roll more dice.
I'm using the momentum because I really want that rifle.
Cool. All right. This is an opposed check, isn't it?
Threat and roll 4 dice because I really want I really want that.
We want you to have that rifle too.
There we go.
Absolutely. All right. This Ulan.
Brilliant.
And this is an opposed check because you're in close combat with each other. So I'm going to spend 3 threat as well to roll 2 extra dice. Give this a little... It's got some threat to spend. What's that maths? That's 14. Okay, cool. So this is going to be 4. And we've got the daring and security roll.
Oh. I just walk up to this dude. I take I full Kirk double fist. I just down, and before he even drops, I just my hands kind of swing back up and around, and I just pluck the rifle right out of his hands as he's falling, and turn just with a snide look. And again, my face always looks like it's just in a smile. And just so you all know me well enough to know that my tongue just kind of yes, yeah.
Amazing. I don't
know what's happening.
I'm gonna skip the whole damage and stress part and just that happens. You absolutely disarm the guy as well, and you manage to get the disruptor pistol. When you want to shoot it, let me know. We'll roll the right dice. Brilliant. Okay. And now you're behind enemy lines, so you've got good clear flanking shots as B'Rel is still firing away at those two. Okay. Yeah. I've lost count a little bit, but the Romulan Centurion is going to come up next, and he is going to be shooting towards you, B'Rel. So I'm going to do this as control plus security. I'm going to roll a couple more dice. This is going down to 11 threat because I'm looking for difficulty 3 in order to actually hit you. I'm going to use the guerrilla tactics focus that he's got, and we're going to go in with a disruptor pistol. So that is oh my god, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. So with 2 successes, the dust manages to save you, basically. Mm-hmm. You see these arcs of fire not evaporate, but eviscerate. All these little dust particles, start to get vaporized as these green bolts of energy go past you.
One whizzes past Irene, and she just kind of does the little whoosh.
Yeah. It's one little movement. And you're still blasting away with a disruptor pistol. Okay, back round to the top. You guys, who wants to go next? Who wants to go first in the round again?
I can return fire if you want.
Sure, you've got a Centurion in your sights now, right?
Yeah.
He's ducked behind cover, he's behind cover, but go for it.
All right, so so the Centurion is just taking a shot at B'Rel. She fixes him with that anger, the Klingon eyes, and she's gonna take a second. She's gonna line up that shot with her disruptor, and we're gonna try and snipe him.
All right, aim and fire again. So you can re-roll one of these d20s. So the difficulty is going to be 3 again because of the cloud is still affecting everybody. Mm-hmm. Do you want to roll any extra dice?
Yeah, let's add 1 extra.
Cool. All right.
Bloop. What is that? Can't see.
Get to re-roll that 0.
I do. Boop. 3.
That's the 3 successes you needed. Roll me the damage.
Boop.
Oh. And with another 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 damage, this Ulan takes it. I'm not gonna avoid the injury. Because of the time, but so you managed to just square through the eyes. Are you firing to stun? Or are you firing to kill?
Kill. B'Rel is in full on that's it.
All right.
I mean, you're Romulans, right?
Exactly. We're not exactly on the best terms with the Romulans. They attacked us first. It was a threat. I had to protect my people.
They totally attacked you.
Not a spoiler, but I love the Picard evaporate thing now. So you just fire that 1 disruptor pistol, and the guy just disappears, and there's a little bit of an outline of smoke, and maybe that I guess it's yellowy energy from Klingon disruptors. I can't remember.
And Jonathan just do a really subtle.
Yeah. And then there's another vroom from the obelisks, and it just sends all the dust. It sends all the dust flying. Actually, that's what I'm going to spend 3 threat on. I'm going to get rid of this, and it just goes and throws all the dust out as well.
Oh, I'm going to be tasting this for weeks.
All right, I'm going to keep it back to you guys. Who wants to go next?
Should we get
Doctor? Fix it.
Yeah. So we know we need a way to kind of to disrupt this thing and channel it back within itself. So Harvey has this idea with Star Trek science, with a thing that where the phaser becomes the multi-purpose tool that everything you need to do. So what I would like to do is use my phaser, make a few adjustments to change the frequency of the phaser thing to fire at one of them, which makes a feedback loop to the thing to try and kind of nullify it.
I think that is absolutely phenomenal. So this test is going to be difficulty 2. Okay. And I'm actually gonna Absolutely. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
I need
yeah,
the doctor. I need the
yeah, the doctor
doctor.
can assist as well. And I'm actually going to bring this down to difficulty 1 because I just think that is the most like perfect little cool thing. Okay. But don't let that fool you, Tom, because like if you throw a few more dice, throw more threat at me, rolling a few more dice gives you more momentum, lets you do more work, lets you ignore the resistance is gone, but it just like escalates the whole thing.
I do like the idea of escalating.
So as the Romulans are on the retreat, you're focusing in on your job.
Yeah. So I'm rolling 2 at the moment. The doctor will give me an extra 1. That's 3. We need 1.
You need 1 success. But the more momentum that you have, the more work you can do. Because you can just spend momentum to add work to the track.
Would I be able to add a threat to get an extra die?
Not assisting.
Okay.
In that case,
sorry.
I will add an extra threat to get a die. To get an extra
Although,
die.
to be fair, actually, if you want, you could not assist, and then you could do a full task next time.
We could nail it this turn.
We could nail it this turn.
Because like you separate out, and then you start doing each of your own things.
Yeah.
If you do that. Okay, Tom.
Like I'll set my phaser to do the same, and like
yeah.
So we kind of look with the phaser, we look at each other and hope.
Getting the right position to fire, getting the right angle, everything like that. Cool. Okay, Tom. Difficulty
I'm giving you
1.
a threat, by the way. I'm giving you a
Give
threat.
me a
so
threat to roll 3 dice.
To roll an extra die. So I'm rolling 3. Focus
You're rolling
on
3.
composure.
This is going to be control. And engineering.
And engineering. Okay.
With a focus in hand phasers, if you have it.
Yeah. I don't have a focus in hand phasers. No. You're not giving it? Okay, no problem. No focus. Here we go. 2.
2 successes means you have succeeded. I need you to roll that those challenge dice, 2 plus your engineering rank. And you've got a momentum as well.
So how many is that? So it's my engineering rank plus 2.
Plus 2.
Right? Okay. 6.
And that is the 6 successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So you could spend that momentum to do 1 additional work if you wanted. It wouldn't get you an extra breakthrough, though.
I will.
Or you can spend 1 momentum to re-roll those empty challenge dice.
Oh God, do that. Sorry, I shouldn't tell you.
Well, I think you should. It's a great idea. So spend 1 momentum. You could re-roll those any of those challenge dice you wanted to.
Any of them.
Any of them. So you could keep the ones you want, and you can re-roll the ones that
But
sucked.
at the same time,
re-roll the 2 blanks and 1 of the successes. Huh?
For Anita to help her thing, couldn't I? Because she's doing something separate, right? So I've already.
You've already made your check. So this is the results. You're doubling down. So you've already got 1 breakthrough with 5 of those successes. So re-roll the 2 missing ones and 1 of the single ones, and it doubles your opportunity to get another 5 successes.
I'm telling you now, Tom, if you re-rolled those dice, you could actually succeed the entire extended task.
Okay, I'll do it.
You are 2 away. 2 points of work away.
All right.
So the 2 blank dice then only, Samantha?
Yeah.
Is that what you
Tom can re-roll any number of challenge dice that he wants to.
Okay, so I'm just re-rolling 2 challenge dice, yeah?
It's up to you. You could re-roll the ones that are just scored a 1 as well, if you wanted to, but it's risky.
If you re-roll just 1 of the ones, and then you still have the 5 that gives you the breakthrough.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll re-roll that then. So I'll roll 3. I'll roll 3.
Jonathan's like leaning over from behind. Friggin' do it! Do it! Go, Tom, go!
All right, here we go.
Okay, so we're on 5 at the moment. 6, 7, 8 gives you the 2 additional that you need.
So I'd like to think that we're doing the phases and it's kind of working, but it's not quite there. And Harvey's holding on like that, and then the doc just kind of moves her phases so they kind of come together, so it kind of amplifies it. And then that
Cross the
what actually
streams.
works.
Don't cross the streams, Ray.
Yeah, this time we're crossing streams.
What would happen if we cross the streams? Cross the streams.
Yeah. And so with one last through the chamber, all of the blue intricate lights through all these veined like carvings dull down to a blank, and now you're in the darkness, but with a couple of just a couple more retreating disruptor fire shots from the Romulans, they start to make their way back up the excavation thing. We cut to back on the surface, and you have the two officers that you were looking for are kind of like, tidying themselves up. They're not in a particularly bad way. They were kept under essentially house arrest while the miners here didn't really know what to do with them. But the pulse affords you the ability to repair your runabouts and to get them back to working order in order to get them back to the station. Are there any last parting shots you would like to do in terms of the people at this outpost or just this planet in general?
Oh, Jonathan absolutely has a new assault rifle that is 100% Romulan issue and has kind of done one of those, like, tuck it away in a way that doesn't make it look like he's hiding it so that, his superiors take it away from him, but also kind of putting it in a space where they won't really think to look. And if they find it later, maybe then it'll be an issue. But for right now, he's definitely got that to play with.
Well, your chief of operations is here. Are you keeping it from B'Rel, or are you are you in on the conspiracy?
I think it's more of like, kind of like giving B'Rel one of those looks like, but not like, take away from me, but more like, come on. I'm not going to shoot anyone in Starfleet with it.
You say that? No. I imagine Yasari's like, I'm not going to shoot anyone in Starfleet with it. And B'Rel's like, nope.
Come on. Why do you get that one then? I point to your Klingon one. You're not in that. That's Starfleet.
I'm a Klingon officer. I'm on exchange with Starfleet.
Oh, God. I gotta be in exchange with the Romulans just to get this?
I wouldn't.
He doesn't even realize what he said was wrong. Like, screw it. He's got 7s for most of his skills. I'm leaving it. He just doesn't clue in that he said something that was potentially like, what?
Like, maybe we should put this guy on a watch list?
Yeah.
What was the thing that the Orions were mining here?
That's
now that the dust is cleared.
Yeah.
Dr. Cello is interested
in a little poke around. The two key takeaways I want to give you from this is they were mining rhodinium. I can type that for you in chat after. And they are working here on behalf of oh my God, I wrote this and I didn't decide this, but I thought it was an all right name and I can't pronounce it at all. In my head it worked out. Elarul.
Mining rhodinium.
Yeah.
Do we know what rhodinium is used for? Because Susie doesn't.
I actually memory alphaed this yesterday because I wanted something specific to say to you. I didn't come up with 4 random officer names, unfortunately, but I did look into rhodinium. And it is, in TOS at least, it was the most robust material known to the Federation. 100 times stronger than diamonds type stuff.
Curious.
It was super, super strong stuff. And they'll, line hulls with it for ultra protection and stuff like that. So, and it's used a lot in ships and stuff like that. But it's not an out of the ordinary element, but it might be interesting that's what they were mining.
And do we know this Elarul? Is she a known quantifiable presence?
I wouldn't say that you guys do.
Okay. Either way, it's getting put in the report. Somebody will know.
Yeah, and then an excavation team is actually sent in order to try and actually get some of the artifacts from here in order to study them more. Okay, that, folks, is Signals. Credits roll. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. We sped right up into the climax, which is I really loved. And yeah, said hello to a couple of unfortunate officers along the way who didn't make it. Ensign didn't make it. F's in chat. We've got one last giveaway to do before we say goodbyes and find out where we can find people on the internet. We've got another one of our Roll20 modules for Star Trek Adventures. You can win one right now if you haven't already. Then please type in now in this chat !Roll20, and that will give you a chance of winning. We'll give it a second whilst we're doing our goodbyes and doing our plugs and stuff, and then we'll come back and April will dutifully tell me who has won, so that in our Zoom chat, so that I can tell you and give you a little shout out as well. So first, as of ever, Anita.
I have to actually tuck out, so can I just?
Okay, Tim.
Yeah,
I'm on lunch, so.
Go for it.
I have to go back to my real world. Jonathan can't stay. You can find me on Instagram at the GM Tim or on my website, thegmtim.ca. I still have spots at my D&D in the Castle, November 10th to 14th. Please come sit with me. It's lots of fun. I'm generally that goofy at a table too. And I'm sorry for my players for tossing in the middle of it, for having a crazy Saurian, and I think I really love this character. I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much. Yeah, Anita, where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
Hello, everybody. I'm Anita, otherwise known as Panita or Critical Misses. You can find me everywhere at Panita or at Critical Misses. I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, producer, and cat mom about the space. You can find me next on Fridays on my channel for The Lost Frontier. It's a Star Trek Adventures campaign. We're on episode 4, and things are heating up. We're 2 episodes from the finale, so tune in. Saturdays, you can find me on my TTRPG talk show, Morning Ritual. This week, our guest is Fawn and Games. I'm very excited to talk to them. And Sundays, you can find me over on Pluto Cleric's channel for The Weird Frontier. It's a Starfinder game where I play formerly an occult mystic who was chosen by 2 gods. It's very interesting. And other than that, if you want to play in a Star Trek Adventures game where I'm GMing, I have a Start Playing Games account set up, and we have a session 0 starting at the end of this month. So it's about the cost of what you'd pay for a movie, but I do a movie in your brain using words. That's it. That's all. That's me.
And I know that some of you are in our Discord at Modiphius going, where can I play Star Trek Adventures? Well, that is a place that you can play Star Trek Adventures. So check it out. That was Start Playing, right?
Yeah, Start Playing.
Perfect. So Google that.
It's all linked in my Twitter. So if you want to play, we can play.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And Tom, the clutch of the game. Well done.
Roll20 was very, very kind to me today.
You had some good rolls today.
Not so kind to me today.
Well. No. I should switch from engineering to con. I seem to be doing pretty damn well.
Yeah.
In all fairness, though, I do have a 4 in con. So,
Yeah. Well, there you go.
But,
like you are, dual purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
Just don't ask me to either, command someone, heal someone, or do any security whatsoever. But I loved it. I really loved it. But the best thing about I love that is normally in TTRPG games, it's normally combat, isn't it? That's where you get the thing. The fact that I got that rush and everything from not doing a combat, but doing a task. There's something different where you have to think outside the box, and you just, with the flavor of Star Trek, it's just so much fun. So I can't wait. I can't wait until next week to see what will come for that. I've seen the title, and it's very interesting. If that is the same title it's going to be, I'm very, very interested to see where that goes. But myself, I am Hotflakes Tom. You can check me out on Twitter. that's where I normally hang out. We're in the Discords of Black Cats and Modiphius. I'm there. In addition to that, I am also part of the cast of Blood and Sand on Follow Black Cats, which is every other Thursday. Not this Thursday, the Thursday next will be the next episode of Blood and Sand, which the lovely Susie, just below me there, is GM, and she is lovely and wonderful and certainly doesn't try to kill us at all. Also, in addition to that, I'm actually on Susie's stream occasionally playing Dead Island 2, and it's surprisingly fun, drop kicking zombies from a great height. It's really fun. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it.
Lovely. Thank you so much. And Susie, taking charge,
Thank you, Tom.
taking names.
I know. I appreciate that buttering up, Tom. I will bear no meaning in Blood and Sand, don't worry about it. But yeah, man, I wasn't expecting B'Rel to just evaporate someone today, but here we are. But that's where you get, that's the Klingon hello. So don't attack a woman named after a warship. So they learned, you know, they messed around, they found out. But yeah, when I'm not evaporating Romulans, you can find me all over the internet at Susanna Grace. That's Susanna with one N. I stream Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays for my own channel. Tuesdays I'm here, and Thursdays, like Tom said, every other Thursday I'm over at the Follow Black Cats channel GMing our Game of Thrones campaign. And then when I'm not doing that, I am a freelance illustrator in tabletop. You can see my stuff in the Dune books, in Star Trek Adventures, in the upcoming Lower Decks book. I'll be in that too. So let's see.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And as for me, you can find me around the internet at RPG Webby. You can also find my little side gig away from Modiphius, Black Cats Gaming, and I'm being harassed by one of them right now. If you follow us around the internet at Follow Black Cats, that's on Twitch and on Twitter, Black Cats Gaming and blackcatsgamingshop.com as well, if you want to check out what we're doing at the moment. But yeah, we have a couple of winners for this week's giveaway for the module for Roll20, so you can get diving in with all the rules you need to hand, as well as the cool character sheets. First winner was Vetka 1076. Well done to you. And the second winner was Mary Cloudhunter. Well done to you both. You are going to get in touch with April on the DMs, and you will receive a Roll20 module code that you can redeem, and you can start playing here as well. We are back next week with another adventure back over at Narendra Station, if Macaque gets out the way. And until then, trying. Until then, take care of your little furry friends and each other, of course. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.